And we're live on a Tuesday night. It's this Tuesday Night Live on the TVJ YouTube channel. Hello, everybody. I was actually doing some testing with the chat plugin, and it appears the chat plugin has been fixed. So that is awesome. Good to hear, or good, I should say, good to see. Looks like the chat is very busy tonight, which is great, and we'll get to that in a moment. As usual, David is first, who I hear may or may not be starting a channel. I wasn't quite sure what was decided in Jeremy's chat the other night. So, David, if you are starting a channel, please let me know. Toro is here, as usual. Welcome in. Jeremy Likes here. Welcome in. David says, oh, David already answered my question. He is preparing a place for a studio, so hopefully David will have a studio and a YouTube channel soon. We can all go follow David. I'm guessing you already have a night picked out to go live. Otherwise, Joe will probably decide for you, knowing Joe. Tony's in the house. Welcome, Tony. Eric. Welcome, Eric. Joe's in the house. I can officially start now that Tony's arrived. Actually, I was upstairs playing with the dog, so I'm brighter. I did tweak some camera stuff, so probably why. Please smash the like button. It'll be a different channel name. Okay. More info to follow soon. Okay. Well, do let us know when that is public so we can all follow you. Speaking of follows and channels, I just thought I'd give you an update real quick. I currently have 1,443 subscribers, and my watch hours have skyrocketed to 2,621. So that's actually quite a big increase for me versus I think where we were last week at this time. I guess the answer was to have Joe on and have a special guest. I don't know. I also did, although I didn't do it today, start to do thumbnails featuring my face. And so like last week I had Joe and I on the thumbnail. Maybe that does help. I've heard it helps, but who knows? Either way, my channel is growing slowly and steadily. So that is a win. Keith is here at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. your time. That is correct. I think everybody, I think but Toro and Jeremy probably were watching Keith. Joe says, you're welcome. I guess the answer is to have Joe on every week, and then he'll be there in no time. So, yeah, Joe says he's always happy to give channel a boost with his doughboy face. So, to go back to David's comment, this is definitely dev random. I have no plan for the stream. I have a couple ideas if we wanted to go down that road, or those roads. We can talk about that in a second. Dev random is definitely not me being funny. It is actually it's if you follow the Home Lab show, when they do their random topic episode, they always call it Dev Random. So this is kind of a nod to the Home Lab show with Tom Lawrence and Jay LaCroix. So if you don't follow them, you should go follow them. So basically, this is a random show. I don't really have a topic to talk about in any great detail. I was hoping maybe you guys would have some questions. If you didn't see... Well, I didn't do it last week, but the week before, I actually used one of your questions and made a snippet. So I broke out this channel, or this stream into a short snippet, and it's gotten some good traction. I wouldn't say great, but it's definitely got some good traction. So I'm hoping that maybe get some good questions, and I can do like a 2 to 3 minute response to that question and make a short snippet. And that's going to be my goal for going on, forward. Hopefully to be able to break out at least one snippet per stream, if that's possible. Yeah, Dev Null would have been Null would have been a good one to use. And if you're not familiar with what that is, that's a Linux, commonly used in Linux expression. Jeremy thinks we'd all do better if we brought Ashley on. Yeah. I should bring Haley on. That's what I should bring Haley on at some point. I don't think I have done that yet. I mean, she's been in the background, but not actually as like a guest. I should probably do that some week. That'd be fun. So yeah, a couple things. I know Bob is not currently here, but Bob said I shouldn't do this. But I did want to talk about briefly about my networking issues. I know Jeremy had a networking issue with his stream on Sunday that I just watched today. So if I say today, I meant Sunday. So we lost power yesterday, and when the power came back on, my network did that exact same thing it did a couple weeks ago, where there was kilobits per second of internet speed. And so it just did that for a couple hours until I could get home. And when I got home, I actually did a wire capture of the network, and there was not any like broadcast storms. I think some of you had predicted that maybe it was a broadcast storm. It was definitely not a broadcast storm. I saw a bunch of retransmissions, and I was like, okay, so this feels weird, but it's talking to the router. So it definitely was not it was definitely not an internal issue. At least it didn't feel like it was an internal issue to me. And so I came downstairs and I simply rebooted the router. And in doing so, I kind of looked at the cable that was connecting the modem to the router. And it was this yellow cable that I've had for quite a long time. And it had a bunch of bends in it. And so I just, out of, sheer curiosity, took this cable out and put a new cable in that was, A, shorter, but B, nice and smooth and looked like it was new. And when the internet pfSense box rebooted with the new cable, everything lit up and worked perfectly, no problems. So I know I probably should have done one thing at a time, but I didn't think about replacing the cable till my modem was already rebooting, but it fixed the issue and it hasn't been back since. So knock on wood. It could have been the cable. If the issue does come back, then I basically know for a fact that it is the router. So I thought that was just kind of interesting. That's an update for you guys. Tony says, Haley for the win. Yes, I agree. The chat plugin is working perfectly. I have not had the issue once so far. Again, knock on wood. Yes, it was kilobits per second, which is funny because I was at work and Haley's trying to work from home, as she always does. And I was like, let me just get in and reboot the router. But I could WireGuard in to pfSense and I would get kilobits per second, and I could call up the pfSense webpage, but I couldn't log into the pfSense webpage. So again, that could just be upload speed. It could be cabling issues. It could be the router itself. So I still don't know for certain where the issue lies, but it definitely, to me, is either in the router or the cable itself. because I did not reboot the cable modem. I did not reboot a switch. I've checked the switch configs. There's nothing wrong with them that I can see. So I definitely think it is either a cable issue or it's the router itself. And if the router acts up again, then I kind of know where the actual issue is. So it's not DNS. It's possible that water got into the cable because it was in that same area that the burned up power supply was. It was actually, so if this is the power supply, the cable would have been like down here ish in relation to this. So if this got wet, it's possible the cable got wet, but yeah, it's definitely not DNS. So yeah, so there's an update on the network thing, and then another oddity with the power outage was my TrueNAS box did not come back. Even, I mean, it was on, but it never loaded TrueNAS, and so I came downstairs, looked at the issue, plugged the monitor in. It was just a black screen. It had an error code on the front of the Dell. And so I was like, well, that's kind of weird. So I rebooted it. And of course, it gave me that ding dong ding, the little memory tone thing it does. Or not memory tone, little audible tone. And so I was like, okay, great. So now what's wrong with the TrueNAS? Thinking, did we get a power surge? And like, did it knock something else out? It just. Oops. Yeah, there was no EMP strike, that's for sure. So that's what's memory tones. It was with memory. That's why in it. It wouldn't boot. All the memory out, and only left one stick of memory in the thing, and it booted, except that it said, I forget exactly the language, but basically it was problem with slot 3. Well, this worked before the power outage, so there's no reason. Are you serious? There's no way it's right now. If it's doing it now, then it's gotta be freaking YouTube. Well, I am watching the stream. Hold on. I am doing a packet capture right now. Let me close some programs so I'm not getting crappy data in it. Definitely not a broadcast storm. I don't think there's anything in here that would be crazy. I don't recognize the IP address. So I'm seeing I'm seeing this over and over again. I don't know who 74 120. I'm guessing that's YouTube. Mind you, I'm not streaming from this PC, so this is definitely There's nothing on this computer that's streaming right now. Oh yeah, there is. Hold on. I had a tab open. So I'm not seeing a whole bunch of stuff. Um, Speaking of network, game shopping, blame YouTube, packet nap, sure allow, it's back now. Do I have the WAN on the PFSense monitored? I mean, define monitored. I mean, I have. Did something just download a? Here, let me do this real quick. I can show you what I'm looking at here. So this is what was my PFSense shows. There's my WAN activity during that time. Something definitely dropped. This is the TV network, so this is what I'm currently on with my encoder. And then the IoT network, something, I say big. I don't know, that's not really huge, but it's 60K. But obviously there's your network core, you know. Your PFSense nerds, the RTT was up to 16, and the RTT SD was like 8 or 9, which, so, you know, you said filter for, that's throughput. 60K was in that graphic. This is bandwidth usage. So 60K, but that's way higher than usual. The IoT VLAN usually hovers around 10. So I mean, it spiked, but it didn't like it. It wasn't like it spiked crazy. It just spiked for it. Filter for TCP analysis flags. I'm not sure how to filter for that. Can you just do that? That probably doesn't work. You probably got to put a filter. I'm not sure how you filter for that. Or did that do it? Bob is going to laugh hysterically when he watches this. David, is that what you wanted to see? Because it's coming back blank. Now, mind you, like I said, I'm on a TV, like what I call a TV VLAN. So I wouldn't see my entire network. I would just see my VLAN. Oh, start capturing. It's like watching paint dry. Now, what I could do, Let me join my Wi-Fi. Let me turn this. Stop this for a second. Let me do a packet capture of the Wi-Fi. This is my TV VLAN. Capture options. Wi-Fi start. Well, now this is interesting. So this is my Wi-Fi. So the Wi-Fi is definitely having a problem with those two devices. It's two different IP addresses. Yeah, I definitely have. I definitely have. So I have. Oh, I forget what is. Um, what is? Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what Wi-Fi access point I have. I forget what it's called. Um, please log in. Stand by. So, oh, you're not even seeing me. So I have the UAP AC light, and I have one of them in the house. It's worked fairly good until this up to this point. Um, but it does Unify does tell me um, that I do have an unusually high amount of retries on my 2.4 gig. So something is not happy on 2.4 gig. It's definitely, I mean, 23% retries is pretty common for my retry rate. Um, so I definitely need to figure out what is causing all those retries. Um, I probably should get a second access point or move because the one I have is on the opposite corner of this house. And so probably wouldn't hurt to get a second one or move that one more towards the center of the house. Um, and see what it does, I guess. So, alrighty, go back to chat. Bob says, I am catching up at 2x. God, what do I sound like at 2x? You may recall I had 2 years of broadcast storms. Yes. They went away when I moved to PFSense. That's okay, David. We're just, playing, trying to figure out internet issues, because what else would we do on a live stream? I can't wait for two-way Wi-Fi to become a reality. You mean full duplex? Yeah. It may be time. I couldn't even begin to tell you how old that access point is. Like I have no idea how old it is. I wonder if Haley just made popcorn. Hmm. Did you just make popcorn? Did you make popcorn about 5 minutes ago? Okay, I didn't think so. I was just curious. We had an internet issue, and I was just wondering if it was related. She did not make popcorn. Da, da, da. Reading the back and forth. I don't know if it might be 4 years old. I don't remember exactly. Um, Probably do sound like a lollipop killed. Bob just replaced his AC Pros and all my Wi-Fi issues vanished. You know what, Eric? It is. I'm lying. It's a WRTG or WRTG 54G. Yeah, that's what it is. The little blue box thing's awesome. I don't think I bought it 7 years ago. I that seems like a long time ago. You know what? I wonder. Amazon will probably tell me. I'm not going to share this page with you guys, but I mean, I could log in and figure out when the hell did I buy it? Because I bought it off Amazon. Because everything comes off of Amazon. And that's a joke, by the way. Amazon, copy password. Since I don't even know what my password is for Amazon, neither should you. Purchase history, your orders. Search all AP. All right, Tony. Tony's exactly right. 2017. I think Tony should win a prize. I don't know what the prize will be, but I think Tony should win a prize. Yes, everyone hit the like button, please. Okay, so maybe it's a lot older than I thought it was. I had no idea it was that old. Uh, David, I can relate to radars. We have had ships come in to near our station, and the radars just blow out our satellite dishes. They're not supposed to, but it's happened. So I feel you on that one. The Yeah, 54G. That thing was awesome. Used to run, was it DDWRT on it? Do some like hacking on it? Not really, but pretty cool. No, you're right. It definitely is time for an upgrade. So I guess that's the question. What should I upgrade to? Please put your suggestions down below. Amazon allows you to use a 128-digit password. Mine is not that long, but I definitely don't know what it is. Toro's going to go with Fortinet. Interesting. What's your reasoning behind that? I'm just curious. Get me one of those Mimo meshy thingies, Wi-Fi 6E. Yeah, that's what I should do. Get those meshy thingies. I don't want to type anything into my Prime Video device. I had to make, speaking of pairing codes, I actually made a Roku app one time that did the pairing code thing. It's pretty interesting. Toro's ripping out all his ubiquity and giving it to a friend. Yeah, Tony would have won the bet on that one. Definitely Tony would have won. Toro says it's Wi-Fi 7, but I'll never call it Wi-Fi 7. Yeah, I mean, the thing works. Like I said, I don't know. I should look through the logs and figure out if it's a particular client that is causing the retrans or whatnot. And I believe it was actually... So, I carve my Wi-Fi up into... Oh, God. I don't... How many? 5 SSIDs? How many devices am I how many wireless IDs am I broadcasting these days? I don't even remember. So I do 3 wireless SSIDs. It says the experience is excellent on all of them. My current retries are 6% for 5 gig and 15% for 2.4 gig. I'm running on channel 6, 20 megabits or megahertz with 7 clients, 2x2 MIMO. And then I'm running on 5 gig channel 161 at 80 megahertz. It's got 5 clients on it. Again, 2x2. So oh, interesting. So according to this, the living room Roku has the most retries, followed by my phone, followed by the Amazon Stick, and then a device that only gives its MAC address, which I'm not sure what that would be. But the living room Roku has got the biggest issue. I think I could plug that one in. I'm not sure why it's not plugged in. So, anyway, I'm probably way behind in chat. Oh, I'm way behind in chat. All right, let me go back to chat. Glad chat's working now. Thank you, Aaron, for fixing this if you're watching. Agreed. Stupid, dumb. 7 years went by so fast. That is true. Tony is suggesting a U6 Pro or a GS7760, I'm assuming. Oh, is that a Grandstream device? Bob just got a pair of U6 Pros. David says he has Fortinet gear, but he's collecting dust. Toro is going all Fortinet simply because he can. Always a good reason. Um, good reason. Bob's asking Toro, how much do you like that friend? Oh, that was probably for the Ubiquity giveaway. Toro says he's running into issues that are showstoppers like filtering for multicast traffic. I could check the cable, not today, but true. You know, and as I say that, there's a Wi-Fi network on there. There's a TV Wi-Fi network, an IoT Wi-Fi network, and then there's the house network. Literally nothing connects to the TV one. Probably should just shut it off and see what happens. How do you delete a TV? How do you delete a network in delete Wi-Fi? How do you delete it? You're probably all screaming how to delete it. I don't know how you delete this stupid Wi-Fi SSA or SSID. Definitely not a Wi-Fi person. Or a Unify person, I should say. I'll figure it out later. Anyway, chat. Yeah, so I should probably delete because I said I expanded my Wi-Fi network, and I think that's when some of the issues might have started. Mo SSIDs, mo problems. Yep. No, we are not an Apple household. There's not a single. Take that back. There's one Apple product in the house, and it's an Apple TV that hasn't been turned on in years. We definitely don't have iPhones or iPads, or we're definitely not Mac customers. Used to be one, not anymore. Word of the wise. Don't ever give your personal number to a customer. Yeah. I have my phone numbers out there in lots of places, and my phone rings not for customers, but for all kinds of other issues. Um, yes, glad the chat plugin is definitely working. I'm glad that is fixed. Tony, can you hit me up with those model numbers in our Signal chat so I can look them up later? If you could, please. I'm glad to take that Fortinet off your hand. David, meet Toro. Toro, meet David. It got damaged in a flood. Just throwing it out there. Yeah, the interface looks very different than I was used to. I'm really. Oh wait, I just realized there's a little button over there that says Manage. So remove. Yes. Well, that was easy. So I just removed one of the SSIDs. So I'm curious now to see what the performance is like over time. Where was that at? Insights? No. Yeah, devices, Insight. Oh yeah. So I always forget, and I always hate this about Ubiquiti. I wish I was smarter. Whenever you make a change, it has to re-provision, which means it basically goes offline, which I think is completely stupid. Come on. Reload the page. Come on. Come on, Ubiquiti. Why does that always do that? Like I said, the thing that basically talking the most is the living room. So I'll have to go figure out why that Roku device is not happy. And I'm pretty sure it has a wired jack on the back, so I'm not quite sure why it's on Wi-Fi. Anyway, back to the chat. Apple story. Uh, so yeah, I never talked to Freddie Keith, so I have no idea. Uh, it got damaged in a forest fire. Yeah, you like that excuse? I thought it was good. Yep, that's what I was waiting to hear. Cannot stand that about Unify. It literally pisses me off every time, and I always forget that it's going to do it, and then it does it. I'm like, oh, why did it do that? Um, so I'm not attached to Unify. I literally only have one Unify device in the house. Um, so, you know, I'm I'm interested in GrandStream if they make good products and don't require a controller. You know, or if it even requires a controller, I don't really care. I run a Unify controller. Uh, so the Apple story. Okay, so I think I've told this story before, but maybe if you're new to the channel, um, so I had a Mac. Well, I'll go back a ways. In school, we had Macs, and for Final Cut Pro, so I learned how to use Final Cut Pro, and I was very good. Well, good is probably a loose term these days, but I was pretty damn good at a Final Cut Pro. And so I graduated school in 2006, had my own place, had a job, you know, same place I'm at now. And so I was actually asked to shoot a video, kind of a retrospective on an event at school. And I was like, okay, great, I'll do that. But I have no way to edit it. I'm not going to edit it at work. Like, I'm not going to use work stuff. So I need to find a way to edit this. And I know Final Cut Pro. And I had done some other projects that I was wanting to kind of do. So I wanted to get Final Cut Pro. Hence, I bought a Mac. So in 2009-ish, I bought a brand new Mac Pro, loaded it up. You know, it was like $2,500, whatever the hell it was. I think it was about that price. You know, bought a Mac Pro, used it with Final Cut Pro for a long time, did all kinds of other stuff with my video project. I did a whole bunch of like archiving. I bought a capture card from Blackmagic. It's the first time I actually ever bought a Mac, a Blackmagic product. I think it was the Intensity Pro. That sounds familiar. Actually, may still have it over there. I think I still have the card somewhere around here. And I would capture videos and, you know, edit them down. And so I had a Mac Pro for years, loved it. It was great. And for the longest time, I mean, I want to say the better part of 10 years, it was my daily driver here at home. And then I was like, okay, you know, now of course now it's out of support. They no longer make OS updates for it. You know, okay, time to look for a new one. And then because of work, I knew, you know, that they were excuse me. Sorry about that. So I was used to, you know, we had one Mac Pro at work. We had one Mac user, and so I kind of kept following Mac every time he get a new machine, and it'd be like, boy, these things are expensive. And so when it came time to get a new machine here, I was like, I do not want to spend that money on a Mac, and I sure as hell not gonna spend the money on a Mac you can't customize. And I looked at Mac laptops, and I was like, you know, I really don't want to buy a Mac laptop either, and I just don't have any reason to buy a Mac these days. Like, there's no software I want to run that only runs in Mac. Like Final Cut Pro, before 10 or before X, I guess you want to call it, Final Cut Pro 7, I think was the last good version. And I say that as like by meaning like Final Cut Pro 7 was an actual editor, you know, with nice timelines, with nice tools. You could author DVDs with it. It had a built-in like well, this was Final Cut Pro Studio. You know, it had a transcoder kind of thing. Like, it had all the bells and whistles you'd want for an editor. And that's the kind of editing I like. I do not like simple, easy to drag, easy to use. Like I said before, DaVinci Resolve confuses the hell out of me because it's like Fisher Price editing almost. It's more than that, but it feels Fisher Price to me because I'm used to the high-end editors where you got everything right there in your hands. There's nothing flashy. It's very simple, like, not simple. I mean, it's very a simple design. It's not, you know, flashy. There aren't different pages for different things like editing and clipping and or what all that stuff. It's like one timeline. Here's your timeline. Here's your edit. Like, so DaVinci Resolve confuses the hell out of me because I feel like it's a Fisher Price design. It feels like it's designed for people who are just getting into editing. And that's no offense to anybody who uses it or likes it. That's just saying it feels like that to me. It took me a little bit to figure out how to use it because it wasn't intuitive to me, who's been editing since I was in high school in 2001. So, so yeah. So that's my Mac story. If you like Macs, you have Macs, great, more power to you. I just do not find them useful these days. There's nothing that I would run on them. Like I said, I'm not designing Mac apps. The last thing I did on a Mac before I got rid of it was build a Apple TV app. And I had issues with that because the software version that I was running was only going to be supported for like another couple months, and then it literally wouldn't be supported anymore. So I had to buy a new Mac if I was going to do anything with iOS or, sorry, tvOS, as they call it. So I was just like, you know what, I'm done. I don't really want to do this anymore. There's a premium price you pay for Macs, and I don't really feel like paying it. So that was a long story, probably. Anyway, so Tony did message me a model number I'm going to take a look at here in a second. So hold on a second. We'll get back there in a second. All right, back to the chat. Blah, blah, blah. This is the point that I found out the flash memory in one of my APs was bad. I don't know if it does or not. I don't have any switches that are UniFi, but yeah. The Wi-Fi maybe for the wireless remote. Maybe. The Grandstream access points have built-in controllers. Pick one to be master, then they link. Oh, okay. You probably have a video on your channel, and I'm just forgetting it right now. Is that is that correct, Tony? You probably have a video. Final Cut Pro sold a lot of Macs. And the fact that they were in higher education, so people who would graduate would want to use Macs because they had just spent 4 years or more, like myself, in school, and you're like, this is what I'm used to. So Tony says he still deploys UniFi for residential, but prefers Grandstream for his house. Good to know. Yeah, I mean, people do. I like I said, I've edited one video off of it. I figured it out. It just, to me, it was not intuitive like I would have hoped. All the OSs, watch, iPad, yeah. Nope, don't want to pay premium prices. Sorry, just the way I work. Tony says the switches still do it. Yeah, that just bugs the crap out of me. So this is the video, or this is the model, I should say. Lost my train of thought there for a second. That Tony suggested. This is not Wi-Fi 6 because I literally have nothing in the house that'll do Wi-Fi 6. Interesting, interesting like heat sink or airflow in the back. Huh. Looks like they're selling for $93 with a 5% coupon on Amazon. Interesting. Oops. I think I actually have some Amazon credit from Christmas, so I might even get that for cheaper. Alrighty, Eric, looking for one of those Grandstream Wi-Fi APs. It's got 2.5 gig. Oh, does the Pixel 7 do Wi-Fi 6? Probably does, actually. I don't know. Probably. I guess I probably spoke too soon. Does the Pixel 7 do Wi-Fi 6? Pixel 7 Wi-Fi. The Pixel Pro apparently supports 6E. Looks like. Yeah, even Netgear don't reload when you change a setting. Amen to that. Um, yeah, I should say this. Yeah, I do have this. I do have the Pixel 7. So I guess I do have something that's but this is just the Pixel 7. This is not the Pixel 7 Pro. Wow, Joe. MicroTik doesn't freak out. I think I literally only think the Unify does. I think they're the only ones who they're the only ones that freak out when you change a setting. Oh, we never started the JAU counter. Oh crap. Oh well, we're getting close to one. Alrighty, so what else? MicroTik is very cost effective. I just get awfully scared because everybody who talks about it says the interface sucks and that it's complicated. And not that I can't handle complicated and stuff, but if it's like, I think it was Tom Lawrence someone made a comment about how the settings weren't where they thought they should be because it's like backwards logic. I don't know. Enough people have commented on it that it kind of creeps me out a little bit. But I know Bob has MicroTik or had MicroTik. I can't remember if he's actually on it right now or not, but I know he has had MicroTik in the past. This chair? This chair is old as hell. I have no idea where I got this chair from. The Pixel 7 probably does. I mean, the Pro, if the 7 Pro supports it, I'm guessing they use the same Wi-Fi chipset. Oh, it's Router OS is okay. I didn't say DaVinci Resolve was too easy. It's a simple interface that is not intuitive if you're used to editing at a certain level. I figured it out, but it literally took me longer than I would have expected. Like Final Cut Pro, I could sit down and edit. Edius, which is a professional editor for like TV stations, I could sit down and edit. When I went to sit down and do DaVinci Resolve, I literally had to sit down and go, okay, I don't understand how I can bring clips in and wait. Oh, there's a separate window for editing. Like, it's an editor. The window should be the editor. Like, it was just, to me, it was not intuitive. And I've never actually seen MicroTik. I'm just going off of what people say. So I don't have experience with MicroTik to comment accurately if it is too hard or not. I'm just going off what people say. I'm pretty sure he talked about MicroTik, but could have been Ruckus. He talks about so much on those live streams that I sometimes get confused, which is kind of why I stopped live streams. Sense was hard too. It is. Their menu placements are a little weird, but to get the basic functionality to me makes sense, which is why I kind of like it. It's glitching again. Something just downloaded. Oh, the speed test went off. Ah, that's what it was. Hold on. Notice a correlation? Yep, there we go. So, yeah, so, all right, so, Tom's, well, doesn't Tom, oh, I should probably put myself on camera. Doesn't Tom push his streams to AI like he wants them to be indexed? Good one. That's actually funny. It's definitely not DNS. Graphs are good. Yes. Well, I still need to know how to. I still need to know how to do that. Like, I don't know how you do that in pfSense. Bye, Bob. Yeah. Say hi to the dog for us. Bob will probably keep listening, though. I'm pretty sure he just goes for a walk and can listen. Oh, the dog's already been walked. Nothing is too hard. Nothing's too easy. I just said I have opinions on each one. I can literally make Roku apps by text, so I could. There's no such thing as being too hard. It's just a different level of difficulty. And I think David's right. If you just sit in the edit tab, it'll feel like an editor. But it took me like a second or two to figure out where the hell the edit tab was, and then I just wanted it to be an editor, not a content management system or whatever. Yes, just the KeyOS is hard because I've never actually done KeyOS. Never actually figured it out. Hey, Jeremy's in the house. Ahoy. Did your first two broadcasts in the new trailer? Awesome. That is good to hear. We spent way too much time looking at wire capture packets earlier to figure out why my network was flaking out again, only to realize that it was a speed test that happens every hour. So apparently I need to go watch a video. Probably need to go watch a video on QoS, or maybe David can make a video on QoS as his first video. It'd probably get lots of views because pfSense and QoS is probably a topic most people don't know how to actually do. It's not a rogue speed test. I know where it came from. I can actually show you. So, to troubleshoot my networking issues, I installed Speed Test Tracker, and here you can see my speed test results for the last week or so. And this was after I deleted all the bogus ones because one of the local fiber ISPs has a speed test server, and it gives absolute crap results. So I had to go through here and delete a bunch of just bogus speed test. And so this is my speed test results for the last week or so, and a couple of these are lower than I would expect, but nothing horrible. So this runs, and this is my only Docker container that I run. So for those of you who are wondering, I do actually use Docker, and as Joe probably says, it would be too easy for me, so I spin up a pfSense on a VM for testing. I already did it. Oh, for QoS? I think I already have one built. What kind of fiber do you guys mainly use? Is it mainly LC single mode or SMPTE or Opticon? In the studio, we're all SMPTE. For remotes, it's LC single mode. I've never used Opticon. I've seen it, just never actually used it. I know a lot of things in the field around here are like the trucks use a lot of SMPTE. The universities around here use SMPTE. But a lot of the trucks, a lot of the big trailers around here that I've seen have whole patch panels of single mode, ST. They're not LC, they're ST. Like the single twist on ones. A lot of that. Right? ST? Yeah, ST. No, I think you're trying to push buttons is what you're trying to do. So yeah, hopefully, Jeremy, that answers your question. Mostly mostly SMPTE fiber or ST. I've seen some LC, but it's not very popular on remotes. It's mostly ST because it's a single twist-on connector. And a lot of times we'll have, like when I did my last remote where I did video, we had a fan out, and it was 8. I think it was 8 single ST fibers in a bundle, and labeled 1 through 8, and you could just pick which ones you wanted to use, and if one was broke, you'd use the other one instead. So ST and SMPTE would be the answer to that question. Yes, you do. So do I have the pfSense that I can spin up? I don't know if I do or not. Pretty sure I do. Please stand by. Do. Oh wait, I can't do that. I'll get copyright strike. I do have the pfSense still. And in theory, I can get to it from here. Or not. Come on. Why is it not? Oh, it's because it's trying to configure something that's not there right now. How many of you are still here? Be a good question. I closed my stats page earlier, so it looks like Jeff Gurley made a new video tonight, or posted a new video tonight about Raspberry Pis. Have not watched it yet. Looks like 9 concurrent viewers and 11 likes, so thank you for that. PSN still will not load. Come on. All of us are still here. I'm glad. Thank you. Come on, PSN. It is a virtual one, so it's taking its time apparently. Come on. Oh, the page came up finally. Log in. All right, so here's my test pfSense. So if I was going to push traffic through here, or I should say, if I was going to QoS, would you go to the traffic shaper menu? It's been so long since I've done this before, or even tried this, I should say. By Q, no, it's limiter. Oh my God, it's been forever since I tried this. Wizard. Traffic shaper. Multiple WANs. WAN. That's probably not where I want to be. Wow, Joe. Go through the wizard. Okay. How many interfaces do I have on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Oh crap, is this the one that I sure. Does not have any WAN type internet that capable of gateway selected on interface settings. Well, I definitely have a WAN. It's not called WAN. Does it need to be called WAN? Oh, did I don't even know where I screwed this thing up. I might have like had this thing screwed up. Routing. Oh, that's right. Cable modem is this one. So routing should be, I don't need this one. Just delete this thing for now. Of course. Please stand by while I screw up my virtual machine. Did I really just screw it up? Oh, shit. Oh, no, okay. Eric, you made a snapshot, right? Probably. What is no? So take a snapshot before I do anything else. Literally what I called it. There, snapshot is created. Boom. That probably just blew up my entire rule set. Come on. How much memory did I give this stupid thing? Because it's slow as hell. Oh, I only gave it 4 gigs of RAM, but I can't imagine that's a big deal. All right, so now let's try it. This price is not going to work at all. Wizard. Multi. Does not have any WAN type interfaces that are capable of traffic shaping. Well, what does that mean? I've already stuck, apparently. Unless this literally wants to be called WAN, but I can't imagine that cares. Because here it's pointing out that one. Like it says use this one. Traffic shaper. Wizards. We are doing it live. Well, now it seems to be happy. Maybe it's just a wizard. Fine, I'll do this, or I'll do this one. One WAN connection. Or not. Come on. Can you not traffic shape on a virtual NIC? Seems odd to me. That seems very odd to me. Another thing that seems odd to me is this says it's on the latest version, but my actual pfSense firewall does the same thing. It's the same exact install and everything. It says it has a new version available, but when I go to update, like this shows that it's capable for an upgrade, which I don't understand. So I'm not sure my real pfSense has like a thing here, and it's like you're eligible for an upgrade. I'm like, I don't want to upgrade. I want this to be the community edition. Joe says break it. Well, I can't break it. I can't even get it to do anything I want it to do. Why am I missing the TV? I'm missing the TV LAN interface. You apparently can't do traffic shaping on the interface you're connected to? Because in theory, I should have a TV VLAN here. Traffic shaping on a virtual NIC is supported as long as it supports... Well, I'm guessing it doesn't support ALTQ because this is not happy. Is that still packet capturing? I can't believe that it still was. So, does XCPNG support ALTQ? And we have Tom Lawrence to answer, and he says he is not aware of any way it work, so apparently you can't packet shape unless you go through, you pass the NIC through. So that might put us dead in the water for now. Alrighty, well that's fine. I will wrap this up then, because I'm getting tired and I've been up for a while and didn't sleep very well last night. So, I guess we're going to stop short of 1.5 JAU for those keeping track at home. I hope you all had fun. I will definitely be looking up QoS for next week. Obviously, my speed test tracker is hurting my stream. So now I have a reason to go look up QoS and figure it out. Or I just stop the speed test tracker. One of the things I was hoping to do, or I'm thinking about doing for future live streams, are talking about the big game that is happening on the 11th. Usually they release some video, pictures, stats, like the next day on the 12th. So I figured on the 13th we could talk about the big game. That might be fun. I did this last year, but people seemed interested in it, so maybe I'll do it again. I do want to set up, or I've been building, I should say, a Nextcloud script. So, close enough. The boost from Joe last week was 2 times JE. That's true. That's true. So, I mean, I'm definitely no Jeremy in terms of JEUs, because Jeremy has like 1,000. Because he streams all the time. Can you not call it the Super Bowl? Technically speaking, no, you can't unless you are CBS. No commercial entity is allowed to call it Super Bowl for fear of being sued. That's a real thing, by the way. Like, you can't call it a Super Bowl party and advertise that, because Super Bowl is a registered trademark of the NFL, I believe. Yes, I'm serious. You literally can't call. You'll notice that some things will call them Super Sunday, or you'll see them say the big game or whatever. But if you're actually promoting an event, you can't call it Super Bowl party or whatever, because it's owned by, the trademark's owned by the NFL. So copyright, all that stuff, fun stuff. So called the Academy Awards. That's why you'll have heard a lot of people they'll say the big game or Super Sunday, or you'll hear other names, because it's America's game. Yeah, you can call it. You as an individual, Joe, can call it whatever you want to call it, but if you're a business entity, you can't refer to it without paying them, and most people don't want to pay for the right to use the name. Since I'm not making money off of anything, I'm not actually promoting myself as them. I'm not really worried about it for this channel, but I'm just saying, yeah. So anyway, probably do a recap video on that. I am working on a Nextcloud installation script. It's my first script that I actually might publish to GitHub. Maybe, we'll see. But it'll actually go through and install Nextcloud into a virtual machine, not Docker, but it'll actually do, you install Debian, and then you just run the script, and it'll take care of like 99% of the things right now that gets Nextcloud to work, and even does tweaks so that you have caching and that you don't have all the warnings about things not set properly. I have not finished the MySQL configuration. I want the script to take care of that, but haven't figured out how to do that in Bash yet, but it does everything else, basically. So I might do a demo or walkthrough of that some Tuesday to kind of like show off the script and get your feedback. I also figured out how to do basically roll your own HA proxy using Nginx, and I have a very, very specific use case for that that I probably don't want to talk too much about, but basically I may do a kind of a demo of HA proxy, and that'll live in the cloud. Then yes, Joe, I will pay for that. I'm sure Joe's next question was, wait, you're going to pay for the cloud? So look forward to at least 3 topics. Those 3 topics come up in the future. I'm sure we'll have more conversation about the network issues that I keep having. And I don't know why you don't believe it, Joe. You should. I actually paid for. I have an account with DigitalOcean. Was it DigitalOcean? Whatever Tony's affiliate program was with. I think it was DigitalOcean. I had a virtual machine in there for about, I want to say, 6 months. Where did you take that water from? The refrigerator? I don't know. Aldi's? I think it's Aldi water. Yeah, it's Aldi water. It came from Aldi's. And then I went to my refrigerator, and then I brought it down here earlier. No, I didn't take it from work. I paid for it. I do pay for things, Joe. Anyway. Yes, I paid for water. Hopefully you all enjoyed the stream. Like I said, I will have a couple topics come. Joe, you pay for water too. You probably have water to take a shower and stuff, so we all pay for water. I should say most of us pay for water. I'm sure there's probably somebody who has a rainwater catchment system, but I don't think you do, and I know I don't. So anyway, I'm gonna say good night. See you next week.